Hello to all you beautiful beings tuning into today's message. This is the Crow's Nest. I'm your host, Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer. And what I have for you is a collective guidance message intended for when you find this message and it resonates for your journey. And you'll notice that I have a new setup that I'm working with today. And along with that, you might also notice some new sounds in the background, and I'm hoping that they're not too much of an interference. But we're going to go ahead and work with what we have for today. So let's go ahead and get started for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on at this point in our journey, and the guidance for the highest good for us based on the message that comes through for us. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the tarot for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on for today. And the stone that I felt guided to use today was one of my two silicone carbides. So you might feel guided to look this stone up and find out what properties it possesses and how it might be beneficial for you, as well as any messages that it might contribute to the message that we're going to get from the cards today. So let's go ahead and find out what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on at this point in our journey. Okay, so we already have some cards falling out as I'm shuffling, and if it's your first time tuning in, please know that I always shuffle before and after every reading. So we're going to go ahead and see what we have here. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse position, as well as the Ten of Swords in the upright. And there was a number of cards that were coming through as I was getting ready for this reading, which is speaking to me a little bit about what's happening here. So we will get the guidance based on that. What came through for me earlier, I'm not going to dive into everything that came out, but I was feeling a sense of someone really working towards accomplishing goals, a little upheaval involved in that, but also a lot of achievement. Right now with the Ten of Swords, we're not seeing that same message, but let's have a deeper look and see, again, what it is that we need to know about the situation. So with the Knight of Swords being in the reverse position, it's talking about restlessness, being unfocused, impulsive, and burnout. So I feel like that could even be speaking in towards, with what I was seeing come through in the cards that fell out as I was preparing for the reading, the sense of upheaval, of the sense of almost like someone, like a bump in the road, if you will. And that's interesting because as I said that, a truck actually just hit a bump in the road and made that noise. So I'm feeling that this bump in the road could be someone who is really working hard towards achieving those goals, but not taking the proper time that they need for themselves to rest and focus on their achievements once they do reach a sense of accomplishment in their path. And so what happens is we burn ourselves out, not only with working so hard. I'm feeling a sense of hustling when I say that. So not only this hustling, not only can we burn ourselves out when we're hustling, but also when we're not giving ourselves credit for our achievements, okay? And so, this is something that I spoke about in my readings previously. When we're not giving ourselves accomplishment for our own achievements or recognizing ourselves for those achievements, we start to look outside of ourselves, and that takes us further away from our true path. The answers really are within ourselves, right? And so it also creates a sense of burnout as well when we start to seek this sense of approval and a sense of accomplishment from others when everything that we have is truly within ourselves. And so it really does burn ourselves out when we take our energy and remove it from focusing on the self and bringing it on the outside of the self, okay? And with the Ten of Swords, this is a very painful card. It's in the upright position though, and this is why I do the cards the way that I do, is give you guys a really deep understanding of the Rider-Waite interpretation of the tarot, because the Ten of Swords is a very painful card, but it also does talk about not just painful endings, but deep wounds, betrayal, loss, and crisis. And I feel like this could even be speaking with the Knight of Swords in reverse next to this, and with the cards that I saw coming through as I was shuffling. I feel that, there was someone who it was a very spiritual journey that I felt someone was working towards. And there is a sense of, needing to heal the self along this journey and in our ascension path. And so there is some painful endings, and I was feeling a sense of someone was healing some things in the cards that I saw fall through as I was preparing for this reading. So this Ten of Swords, it is a painful card, but I feel that it's a very important process, a very positive process, despite how it might feel at this time, for your journey, because you need to release those wounds in order to heal, to continue with your journey, to continue to move forward towards the things that you're trying to accomplish. And it can also be painful endings, can also be speaking about you, this restlessness. It could be also putting an end to this sense of hustling and burning yourself out. But this deep wounds, I really am feeling a sense of, there was a healing process happening. And for you, this healing process may have been in regards to betrayal, loss. And usually when I feel that someone being at a loss, let that noise pass by. Normally when I'm feeling someone at a loss, it's like a financial loss or some kind of spiritual loss. But for someone watching this, I feel like you've lost a lot of people in the physical. You've experienced a lot of death in your path is what I'm feeling from that. And that could also be why we're seeing that come through with the Ten of Swords, because very, very painful. And for some of you, there's been a lot of living in crisis in your path as well. But I really am feeling a sense of with this Ten of Swords, this is what these deep wounds are. This is what these painful endings have been for you. But I am feeling this sense of healing these things at this time. So some heavy energy coming through there, but let's go ahead and find out what the angels have to say for the angel number guidance, for the guidance that is for your highest good at this time with this message that we see. And I'm absolutely loving this. The stone that I felt guided to use on the angel numbers today, when I first picked up my brown jasper hope stone, I actually thought I was going to put it on the tarot, but that's not what I was guided to do as I went to place the stones. So I'm feeling here that we're going to see a message come through from your angels about the amount of love and support that they're giving you, and the faith that they want you to have as you push through this healing process along the journey, this part of the journey that you're on at this time. So let's go ahead and see what is the guidance of the highest good at this time. We already have some cards coming through. Once again, the angel numbers have been shuffled. We have 3 angel numbers here. I cannot deny that. Angel number 666, angel number 777, and angel number 211. So not only do we have 3 cards, but each of these 3 cards has 3 numbers on that. That's a very strong message for me. So angel number 666, when we hear this number, oftentimes we associate that with not such a positive energy, but it is in fact a very high vibe number. We're talking about how our thoughts need focus, okay? So I say this all the time, thoughts become things. So as you're going through this healing process, just keep in mind that thoughts do become things. And so don't manifest anything undesirable into your reality at this time as you go through this healing process. Kind of catch and release. Hold the feelings, process them, heal them, and release them, but don't sit there for too long, because it's only going to bring more of what you're trying to heal back into your reality. And angel number 666 is also a reminder that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. So I was definitely seeing this very spiritual message coming through in the cards that fell as I was preparing this reading. So your angels do want you to know that, as this sense of, this is the hope that they want you to have, is just knowing that this is just all a part of the process that's necessary to go through. Angel number 777, I know a lot of people are thinking like lottery slots, winning the lottery, and I feel that with the sense of accomplishment that you're going to have in regards to this healing process that you're going through. So angel number 777 is all about luck being on your side, the ultimate spiritual path, and keep doing what you're doing. So your angels once again are giving you a sense of encouragement and support for what you're going through at this point in your path. And angel number 211 is about spiritual discovery, pursuing your true soul path in this life, and letting go of limiting beliefs to prepare you for new opportunities. So this to me is an angel number to confirm the messages that I'm delivering to you intuitively. This healing process that you're going through, letting go of the betrayal, the loss, being in crisis, all of these deep wounds, the painful endings, and to prepare you for these new opportunities that I really am feeling and seeing you working towards at this time. And then also it is a card that once again confirms about the spiritual discovery, the spiritual path that you're on. I very much am feeling an ascension journey for you. There's two tarot cards here and 3 angel numbers, and to me 1, 2, 3 or 3, 4, 5 numbers like that are an ascension. So we have 2 and 3, you know, so I am already seeing this counting up of a sequence. So I really am feeling a very strong message here about, you know, just holding your ground at this, where you are at this point in your path in regards to your journey, and just know that your angels are here to not only help you, to remind you to keep your thoughts and your feelings high to help you get through this healing process, but also a reminder that they're helping to give you that, they're here to give you that sense of energy, of uplifting your spirits at this time to help you process this energy. So I hope these messages did find who that they were intended for, and that they do help you. And if you are seeking deeper guidance, you can always reach out. The information is in the description box for you below, and I would be happy to help deliver you additional guidance for you at this time. This is The Crow's Nest. I'm your host, Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer. Be well.